Morning, everybody. Right, first Q&A. It's a Sunday. I can actually sit down and I can go through the stuff and I can go through all the questions. And I've gone through the questions, most of the questions for last week. Might not have got yours. I haven't, sorry. But I basically tried to look through the ones that were best or the ones that I thought would be pertinent to other people. And I'm going to run them. Right, before we start, I've got to say a big thank you to my mate, Nick James, who's this crazy old rocker guy who basically moved to France. And he does this question and A thing every Saturday morning or on the odd Saturday morning. And it's just irreverent people with firing questions, you know, what's your favourite superhero? What's the fastest bike you've ever driven? That kind of thing. And he's a nice guy. And he writes them. And so I got the idea from him. So, I mean, check out his channel. It's NIC, Nick James, Motor West TV. Have a look. It might be for you. It might not be for you. But he's a nice fella. And it's sort of, you know, from time to time when I'm bored on the road, you can click on that and it just makes me smile, like, you know. So, but thanks, Nick. So, sorry I nicked your idea, mate. But people out there need help. So, right, we'll fire through the questions from the week. I've actually made the trouble to go through and write them down on a piece of paper so I don't forget. Right, question one. Tobias Green. What do you do if the weather's bad? You know, what do you do if it snows? It's interesting, Tobias. I've got to ask, why did you ask me this question in March? The snow's gone. It's all right. If it does snow in March, it will snow for 2 hours and it will disappear. But it's a good question. And it doesn't just apply to bad weather. It applies to traffic jams, more likely traffic jams, or, you know, rain or a puncture or something goes wrong with a van. The long and the short of it is, if it's something that's out of your control, then are you waiting to get out? Oh, hang on a second, then I'll pause this. Sorry, the cats were moaning, they want to get out. If there's something out of your control, there's nothing you can do about it. So, I mean, I'll give you an example. I did a job once, I was nearly home. You know, you get that bit where you're nearly home, and it's about 4 or 5 o'clock, and you think, I'm a little bit early, but I'm nearly home, and one pinged up, Luton and Slough. I'm thinking, 60 quid. I could do it though, you know, 60 quid, I'll probably be about 3 hours, so rather than being home at 4, I'm going to be home 6, 7 o'clock. That's still all right, another 60 quid. So I've gone over to Luton, picked it up, on my way up to Slough, hit the worst traffic jam ever, and nothing's moving at all. And all you do is you ring in and you go, look, I'm stuck, I can't move. And they'll go, all right, well, let me know you go. And the place is open till 10:30, half 11. I said, I'm just going to keep trying. As I was in the end, I made it to Slough at about 10:30 at night. But the place was still open. They took it off. I said to the guy, I've done it. And then the job came through and there's another 25 quid on it. And I didn't even ask him. And I thought he was obviously so pleased that I made the effort to stick with it that, yeah, so just keep people informed. If you're stuck in the snow, ring them and tell them you're stuck in the snow. Keep blankets on board in cold weather and all that kind of stuff, because it can happen. It happened to my mate Mick en route. But yeah, just keep them informed and then you won't come undone. Worst case scenario, say for example you get stuck in snowdrift for 3 days. You have to keep in the cab and 3 days later you deliver the box. What you can do. Right. Mark Shaw asked me about locations. You know, he said, is Sheffield better than London? I don't know, Mark. But Sheffield is a good location. Sheffield, you're not too far from Manchester, you're not too far from Liverpool, you're not too far from Leeds. A lot of work comes out of these places. A lot of work comes out of London too, particularly over the west or east. A lot of work comes out of London. There are deader areas. When you start getting down the bottom bit, as you start going towards Plymouth and Devon, there ain't a lot. Pardon me. And there's also, if you get mid Wales, South Wales or North Wales, you're fine, because North Wales you've got Liverpool, and South Wales you've got Port Talbot and all that. There's places comes out of that. Mid Wales, it's not a lot. It's very pretty. Not a lot comes out. Having said that, I was in Leicester the other day, and I thought, well, I'm going to get a job out of Leicester. Now, there is a bit on the app which I'm going to cover, the around you bit. Pinged on that, about 40 different green pins ping up. Long wheelbase, extra long wheelbase, Luton with tail. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, the competition around here is going to be fierce. And then I did another job, I don't know where I was, maybe it was kind of Exeter way, and I could see a job come up on the seats. I thought I'd just have, no, it was Bournemouth. I thought I'd just have a quick look to see who's about. Pinged on it, one other guy. And I'm thinking, well, if they put the job on the CX and they want me to do it, I'm the guy who's here. I still got to do the right money and I got the job. So, but locations, I don't know. I mean, Sheffield is nice. You've got the lead mill. You've got house prices are cheaper. I would say Sometimes things coming out of North, particularly the Scotland way, they will want to pay you less money. They just do. I think because they get a lot of backloads. I think they get a lot of lorries coming down. But I would say, at the end of the day, go with your heart. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be in London? Do you want to be in Leicester? No, not Leicester, Sheffield. And go where you want to be, and you'll still get work. So, right. POD forms. Yes, I will get round to doing the thing about POD forms. Once again, I've forgotten to bring the book back with me, but one day I'll bring the book back and go, this is the book. I would put a link on, but I'm just not that technologically minded, as I'm sure you all know by now. Eva Belvoir. Prices for what type of van? Eva, I have done a video on this. It might be a bit rambling. It's kind of, if you go down, it will tell you prices for what you should quote and what type of van. I'm going to try and lock it down a bit more, and I'll do it again. But that'll give you a general idea, but I'm on the case up, so stick with me. And also about driving licenses. What vehicle can you drive? Well, as far as I understand it, you can drive anything up. I can drive anything up to a 7.5 tonne on my licence, which is a normal licence. But I think I've got what is called granddad rights, hence the white beard and the falling out hair. Which means, I think now, if your licence is after a certain time, I know my friend Martin's got this problem, you have to do, if you want to drive anything over a 3.5 tonne, which is a Luton van, then you have to get what they call an LGV, which is the light goods vehicle. But anything up to a Luton van and under, you should be fine on your licence. So that's which is why Luton vans are so convenient. You don't have to have an operator's licence. You don't have to have regular inspections. You don't have to take tacho breaks. It's all about. I am going to do something, another one on what vans what, and operators as well, because I had one of those when I was a market trader and I turned it in. I wish I hadn't now because I'd probably driving a truck. But there we go. Florin. But thank you very much. We have a subscriber in Belgium. Brilliant. That's got. Yeah. It's now in Europe, apparently, the Carrier Exchange. Well, I know we can run into Europe, but it'd be handy to get jobs back. Thanks very much for letting me know. I will look into it. Feedback. As I've said before, feedback is vitally important. There are 3 things that will get you the job. How far away you are. That's one. How much you're going to charge for it, and your feedback. And if you are not far away and your price is right, but your feedback is bad and someone else is in the same boat, it's going to cost you. I had a thing from, I think, Gummer21, who's got bad feedback, and he said it's costing him a lot of regular jobs. All I can suggest to you is this, my friend, because I thought about this, and well, how do you fight your way out of it? When you ring them up, tell them you've got bad feedback, but say, look, I'm ever so sorry, I've got bad feedback, I was new, I didn't know what I was doing, but as a result of which, and this is where it hurts, say, I'm going to do that job a little bit cheaper because I need that job and I need to be able to prove to you that I can do it. And then they'll probably, if he's a nice person, he might go, all right, mate, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt, good luck, and then do the job. And then hopefully you'll be able to clear that bad feedback and, sort yourself out of it. Alex Moreau, about the videos when driving. Fair point, well made. Yeah, I kind of, sometimes you are go all the time, and then I think of something, I think, I better tell the mob on exchange about that. So I hit click, but I'm constantly going on to you guys, be safe, pull over, get the hands free, don't text while driving. Your family needs you. You do not want a tug from the police, and more importantly, you're important too. And then I thought, actually, no, he's got a point. So I probably won't do many more videos while driving. I'll just have to wait till I pull over. But yeah, fair point, well made. Thank you, my friend. Terms and conditions. Andrew Broadbent, yes, about terms and conditions. So, like, how do they know about terms and conditions? All I can say is everything that you put on your CX on the desktop, they can see. So, put your waiting time in there. Put your cancellation fees in there. If you're VAT registered, put it on VAT registered. Very rarely does it ever come up, but if it ever does, and they go, well, you never said that, you can just go, it's on my CX. And they haven't got a leg to stand on them because they've got the laptop in front of them. They're shippers, they've got the laptop. They can say, they can't go, well, you didn't say. Well, I did say. So I'm not going to state it every time I state a job. It's on my CX. So anything, you've got notes, write it in your notes. There you go. Toby Pitkin. Thanks for the education about planes. That is apparently a global. I don't know. It was lovely though. This Learjet, I went to Farnborough, and it was all wooden inlaid. It was like an old-fashioned Rolls Royce. One day, maybe. No. Stevenvite, not sure, nickname apparently. Do I only get work from the exchange? Yes and no. I haven't signed up for any other apps. I know there are other apps out there because when I was doing the removals, there was a thing called Shipley, and we kind of use that. But to be honest with you, I use the exchange, and as a result of the exchange, I'm in with about 3 independent people who now ring me up and go, "Are you free Monday? Where are you at the moment?" I had one the other day. Bless him, this guy called MDB. It's my mate Mark. He's lovely. I was in Norwich delivering fridges, and he said, "I've got a multi-drop coming out of Luton." And I thought about it. I thought it makes more sense. Oh, it was all around the Luton area as well. So when I finished, I was at home. I thought it makes more sense for me to drive all the way home, empty for 2 hours, pick this multi-drop up and do it, rather than sit around in Norwich to see if I can get a job out. And I did, and it was the right thing to do. So I've only used the exchange, and I've said this before many times. The exchange is a passport. It will get your foot in the door with these people, but you get the exchange, do the job well, and then eventually you start getting regular calls. And when you get regular calls, because you don't have to bid, you can actually just quote them real money, and they're happy to pay it because they know you're good, and they know you're reliable, and they know you're going to do the job. So you've got pedigree, you're worth a bit more as a result. They know you, they know you're going to be good with a customer, so that's kind of how that one works. I think that's kind of, yeah, right, that's it. Right now, last one. Alan Spinwall, I said about being VAT registered. This is the wonderful thing about this channel. You guys help me. I've said a big thank you to Alan, who gave me his pallet truck. Thanks again, mate, really appreciated. And sorry, Steve, who needs a pallet truck. We're on that one. Apparently there's a scheme with the HMRC, whereas if you're registered for haulage, you can pay, if you charge 20% VAT on a job, you only have to pay them 10%, and then you can keep 10%. Now, I assume also, you've got to get back to me on this one, please, mate. I assume that way you can only claim back 10% of your costs. But, yeah, so for example, when you put through a diesel, rather than put, say it's £100 with the VAT, rather than claiming back 20 quid, you can only claim back 10. But that would be brilliant, because if you're running, you are going to pay, and that is going to save me a lot of money. So I really appreciate that. Thank you, my friend. So you have to get hold of the account and get hold of the HMRC, and also you can flick it. So, the VAT works in quarters. So it's January through till March, and then March through till June, whatever. So say, for example, for one quarter, you're going to buy a van, you can flick it, and you can go, this quarter, I want to claim back 20% of my VAT, and I want to pay 20% of my VAT. And then once you bought your van, you claim back your money, you've offset it, you're in the black. And then the next quarter, you go, I want to go back to that. Now, I'm still registered with the VAT people as market trader, because I haven't got around to changing over yet. And what I want to do, I'm going to change it at the end of the quarter, but I am going to do that. I'm going to change it over, and I'm going to change it over so I only have to pay 10%. So, and it's been a big thank you for educating me. Because like I say, I keep doing these videos, guys. I've only been doing it 6 months. The only thing about only doing it 6 months is because I'm new, I kind of see everything. I think, oh, how does this work? How does that work? Whereas I suppose you've been doing it for years, you just take it for granted. You put it into a depot, you go, yeah, it's back up, and then they just load you. And I remember the first time I was there, I was like, whoa. But anyway, this is this Sunday's Q&A. I'm going to do another one next Sunday, I guess, if you keep asking me the questions. And like I say, big thank you to all of you. Thanks for watching the channel. You say it helps. I hope it helps. Like I say, it's tough enough out there without having to try and work out the bits in between. So this is today's report from Peter, courier driver. Take care, take money.